genre.
Welcome back to The Doctor's Companion presents Doctor Who The Long Way Around, the weekly podcast where we review and discuss every episode of Doctor Who, one doctor at a time. I'm Cassandra Fredrickson.
I'm Nick Jimenez.
And I'm Scott Corelli.
And today on the show we'll be discussing the second half of Inferno, the third Doctor's fourth story.
And how?
Yeah, it's weird this is only his fourth story.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he feels like he moved right in, doesn't it?
Yeah, but isn't that just the way, though,
Yep.
with each Doctor?
True. So, let's talk about episode 4. Inferno, part 4. Written by Don Houghton. Directed and produced by Barry Letts. Script edited by Terrence Dix. Air date, 30th of May, 1970. Benton threatens to execute the Doctor here and now, but is stopped by Elizabeth because it goes against execution procedure. The Doctor fixes the computer, but the Director is angry that the Doctor has been allowed access to the computer at all. The emergency is over, thanks to the Doctor's plan to reverse all systems, but the Doctor warns the team about the dangers of continuing the drilling operation. Ignoring these warnings, the Director tells Sutton to increase the drilling speed. After an unsuccessful interrogation, the brigade leader orders the Doctor to be taken to a cell where another prisoner transforms into a wolf creature and attacks the guards. The Doctor escapes in the chaos and gets in the back of a truck. Inside the truck, he finds a full radiation suit and puts it on to conceal his identity, allowing him to re-enter the compound with other men dressed in the same radiation suits. Once inside, the Doctor attempts to sabotage the computer in order to stop the drilling. With only 1 minute until the drill reaches the center of the Earth, the Doctor refuses to back down. As he is surrounded by security forces, the Director takes the brigade leader's gun and aims it at the Doctor as the drill's countdown reaches 0. I think one of the things that I love about this is the Doctor just struggling to explain alternate universes.
Yeah.
Do you ever, this happens to me, I kind of really relate to the Doctor. Do you ever get into a situation where someone's like, what are you doing? And you're just like, your heart sinks because you realize that the story isn't going to help anything.
Yes. Yes.
That happens to me. That happens to me sometimes with Scott when like something wrong will happen with my computer or like something, and I'm just like, "Hey, what's up?" Or Scott will be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I'm like, "God damn it!" Because I know, like, just breaking it down chapter by chapter is just gonna just make it worse or just make me seem like more of an idiot. And so I kind of do get like when Liz is like, "Tell me where you come from," and the Doctor's like, "Look, I'm from another dimension." where you're blonde and he has a mustache and doesn't have an eye patch. And like Liz is like, evil Liz is just so like not like, she's like, dude, I do not have time for this today.
Well, and she just, oh man, it reminds me of like the way that he's trying to explain alternate universes is like trying to explain climate change to people who don't believe it.
Yeah.
Where,
look at the curve. Don't look at the dots. Look at the curve.
Right. Yeah. Where her, like her reasoning, he's just like, yeah, no, there's another universe where, you know, you're blonde and you're a biologist. And she's just like, that's no, I'm a security officer. And she's like,
No,
yeah,
I know, but in
no,
the
I know.
other dimension,
I
yeah.
mean, the other universe, you were a doctor. And she's like, right, but I'm a security, so that's not possible. I'm a security officer. And you're like, oh my God.
Right. How can it be global warming
what do you mean?
if it's snowing?
Right.
Yeah, exactly. It's the same. It's this. No, that's not what it means.
Yeah.
I loved that conversation because it was like, oh man, yeah.
This is, and like, I'm not gonna, not to get, I don't know, but just like watching this story, I don't know, something about it just felt very contemporary for some reason, which I know is kind of, I don't know, just like the idea of just this one dude trying to convince an entire dimension to stop killing itself, and they just won't.
Yeah.
And in fact, they're like intent on stopping the person who's telling everyone else to change.
Mm-hmm.
I just found that
True.
kind of, yeah, and it's all just one old white dude. He's like, I'm right.
My favorite part of the episode, though, I do love that scene, but my favorite part of the episode is when the doctor is back behind bars again, and the dude under the blanket wakes up and is a werewolf. And he comes over, and first of all, I love that I want to picture the conversation that went down where the guy playing the werewolf bends the bars to the cell, because look, if you're going to do something where it's like, look how strong he is, he's bending those metal bars. You bend them slow so that it's like a little bit of a strain. But this guy was just like, no, he's got super strength. So he's just going to go, huh, like it's a can of Coke or something, like it's made of aluminum. And they just look like pipe cleaners because that's probably what they are. Yeah. And it's just really funny the way he's just like, no, he's super strong. He's not going to struggle. I'm a man. I don't struggle. It's just, oh man, it was funny. But then the whole action sequence that follows, I'm like watching this thing where the doctor grabs the mattress he was laying on,
yes, and
pushes it onto the guy to protect himself from him, and then escapes the cell and locking them in or whatever. And I'm just like watching this action sequence happen, and I was just thinking, a lot of people give classic Who crap for the action being like really lame and bad and cheesy. And I'm looking at this and I'm like, look, this is lame and bad and cheesy. However,
yes, but it is so good.
It is so good. Well, but no, it's not just that. It's like the thing that we do now when we make action sequences is that I think that we try too hard to make the people involved in the action sequences. Like we try to make the action sequences look so impressive that we forget that the people involved in them are more often than not just people and not superhumans. And so we have these elaborate action sequences and we watch them and we're like, that was so awesome. But when you really think about it, if a normal person was in a situation, yeah, this is what they would do. They would just take the mattress off the bed and you would push it onto the thing and then you would escape. And everyone who was watching you do it would just be like, that was amazing. Yeah. Like if they saw you do it in reality, they'd be like, wow, you used the mattress to that was cool. I just think that's so funny and just like a weird side effect of how action scenes have evolved is that they've actually, in becoming more quote unquote realistic, they've actually become less realistic and more over the top and ridiculous. And the stuff that is actually a realistic action scene now looks like total cheese.
Yeah.
In comparison. And I just find that really interesting. I don't know. Watching this sequence made me think of that. I was like, I don't know that I would have thought to use the mattress on my bed.
No, yeah. It's cool. It's just one of those. I really like it when you can feel a character or I guess by extension the writer really operating like at the top of their wit and intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
Where you're like, oh, right, yeah. And I don't know, it kind of makes you lean in more closely because you're like, oh, I don't think I can check out during this. I think I might actually have to like watch this character solve this problem.
Yeah.
Right. But yeah, I don't know. I really, as someone watching this for the first time, so I guess by proxy, like, a proxy new Whovian, I don't know. I found this really entertaining, and like maybe I accept that I probably have an appetite that's more suited for stuff like this because I do watch old movies and I do watch like Star Trek and stuff, but I don't know. I think more so than a lot of the other stories that we've done the long way around, certainly this round of it, I think this is like the most entertaining one so far.
Mm-hmm. It's real good. We told you. Inferno is real good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Which is weird because if you describe it, it sounds I mean, I don't know, like on paper, it's like, yeah, the Doctor just kind of he crosses dimensions and then just does the exact same thing.
Right.
But it somehow it works, and I don't know, just seeing the evil versions of these characters is a surprisingly fertile creative choice, I think.
Yeah, for sure. Also a fertile creative choice is having John Pertwee run around trying to run around in slippies.
Yeah.
When he's in that radioactive outfit, and he's like trying to escape the people that are after him, but he can't run properly because he's just slipping around.
I love that scene where he's in the back of the truck and the truck parks and then he sees the line of people also in the radioactive suits, and then they like see him in the back of the truck, and instead of like saying anything about it, they just open the back of the truck and are like, come on, let's go. Like, it's so funny. It's like you wouldn't question this random person just hiding in the back of a truck.
Yeah.
Is this, I'm trying to remember when this happened, but at one point the Doctor takes off his black and red on the inside jacket and is just rocking like a kind of half casual look, and I was into it.
Yeah. I'm always into half casual Pertwee. That's always the best.
Yeah. I was like, oh,
Cass, what episode is it when we get to see a sailor tattoo?
Isn't that in Spearhead from Space?
Oh, is that in Spearhead?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like he's in the shower and you see it.
Oh, no. This is when he's in the white t-shirt.
Oh, oh gosh. Is that Peladon?
Oh, it might be Peladon. Yeah.
With the cage fighting?
Yes. Oh my god. Anyway. So Nick, you have a lot of John Pertwee to look forward to.
I'm excited.
Anything else for part 4?
In my notes, I wrote that this was my favorite cliffhanger so far, and normally I'm not into like, someone's pointing a gun at the Doctor, but like for like all the other cliffhangers, I feel like in this story are kind of lackluster, but this one was like actually urgent. Like
they're
the Earth is going to
explode,
and
yeah.
No. Yeah, no. This one was good, especially considering. But it was like a bunch of people, wasn't it? It wasn't just one person pointing a gun at him this time. It was like a whole crew of people.
It's like Evil Brig and Evil Unit, and like the countdown like reaches 0, and it's just like, oh my god.
Yeah, no, that's a pretty good one. It's a pretty good one.
Inferno, Part 5. Written by Don Houghton. Directed and produced by Barry Letts. Script edited by Terrence Dix. Air date 6th of June, 1970. The ground shakes and everyone begins to panic as a huge explosion inside the drilling station causes green goo to bubble out of the drill. Sutton and the Doctor enter their radiation suits to stop it, but Sutton is hit on the head by the Director. The Director and the Doctor begin to fight, but Sutton recovers and strikes the Director from behind. The Doctor and Sutton escape, and the door to the drilling station is closed from the inside. One of the wolf creatures appears, and the brigade leader tries to shoot it to no avail. The doctor uses a fire extinguisher, which immediately kills it, and the doctor explains that the creatures can't stand the cold. Sutton and Dr. Williams want to leave, but the brigade leader will not allow it, so they plan an escape in secret. The doctor explains to Elizabeth and the brigade leader that this world may be doomed, but he still has time to save his own. They ask the doctor for more proof of the alternate universe, so he demonstrates how the TARDIS works by traveling a few seconds into the future. Before he can explain further, the director is heard over the radio asking for the heat shield to be raised so he can escape the drilling station. The brigade leader allows it, but the director has transformed into one of the wolf creatures and is flanked by several others. The doctor creates a distraction, allowing the group to escape into a nearby office, but not before Benton is contaminated and transformed. Everyone is in a panic, but the doctor has a plan. Unfortunately, his plan is interrupted by one of the creatures breaking through the glass in the door. The way that the cliffhanger resolves, I think, is also really good because it's not a cheat. Mm-hmm. You know, it's like the last time, the cliffhanger to part 3, with Benton being like, should I take you out back and shoot you or kill you right here? And then literally like just evil Liz walks up and is like, what are you doing? Put that down.
It's like, chill.
We gotta follow procedure here. Like, chill out. He's like, but I'm a psychopath. She's like, yeah, we all are, but we have a procedure. So like that, and that was it. But like this was a good resolution because they were all ready to shoot him. But then the countdown hits 0 and they get penetration, and then an earthquake happens, which distracts everyone. And I think that's a good sort of natural resolution to that cliffhanger.
Right.
It's really good. And then we get maybe one of my favorite John Pertwee fights in the entirety of his run. And we get a lot, but my God, the onesie pajama fight is one of my favorite things I've ever seen in my life.
I think it's so great from my perspective. What I really love so far about Pertwee is more so than the past 2 doctors. He's just so obviously a dad.
Yeah.
Like, he's not like, because like Hartnell looks like a wizard. Sure. So like you're like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, that old wizard's doing old wizard stuff, and Troughton too has this very like otherworldly, like alien quality to him, but Pertwee just has this kind of Proto-9 blue collar side to him, and it's just so they make him do the most ridiculous stuff.
I'm just now imagining what if they had adapted The Hobbit in the early 60s and had William Hartnell play Gandalf.
Oh,
yeah.
Snap. That's awesome.
Hello, Bilbo. These are my door. The Hobbit is one of my favorite books, and it's just, and you wouldn't know it from watching the 9 movies that they made about it, but The Hobbit's actually like a funny book, like a quaint little comedy with like, I'm proper, but I'm on an adventure and I have to camp. And I remember reading it and being like, yeah, that would be a fun. And then like, oh no, it's actually about battles and honor.
Oh my God, Cass.
Yes.
And the actor who plays Jamie as Bilbo.
Holy crap. Heck yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
Just Scottish Bilbo.
This is Scottish Bilbo.
No. Wait, what's the name? What was the name of the ghost that he thought was coming to take him
Piper.
away?
The
Piper.
Piper.
Weirdest afterlife theory like I've ever heard of a culture developing.
Honestly, Jamie would probably make a better Samwise.
Or like a Merry or a Pippin.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in any event, alternate universe live action Hobbits with William Hartnell. And the rest of the cast of Doctor Who, I guess. I don't know. All of them. So yeah, this onesie pajama fight is just incredible. Or I guess it looks like it's onesie pajamas, but then like at times, because they didn't bother fitting them to anyone, they kind of look like Snuggies, because they're kind of baggy, like they're wearing a Snuggie.
It's supposed to be like one of those heat suit things, right?
Yeah, it's supposed to be like one of those radioactive heat suit things.
Because they look like crappy, like dollar store bath towels. Like that's what they made it out of, and it just looks uncomfortable for everyone involved.
Oh my god! And they're just rolling around on the floor, wearing these Snuggie onesie pajamas and just slapping each other. Oh man. I wish I could find this thing on YouTube or something so I could put it into the Facebook group, because it is a thing to see. I literally watched it 3 times because I was having such a good time watching this. And then I also I do really like that Brig Leader is shooting the werewolf guy. He's like shooting him, and he's just like, yes, keep, like the werewolf is just like, yes, keep shooting. It gives me power.
Yeah.
And then the doctor comes out of nowhere with a fire extinguisher and is like, I'll put him out. And it's good. I like that. I like that the fire extinguisher is like a weapon against the radioactive werewolves.
Radioactive werewolves. Yeah, I really admire how quickly everything in this timeline just goes to
Yeah.
They are not prepared for any of this. And they turn on each other so quick.
Mm-hmm.
Like no alliance. Like they're just like immediately like every man for themselves.
Yeah.
Including the doctor.
Including the doctor.
Get out of my way.
Yeah, what was the cliffhanger for 5? I have my notes say busting in, but I don't know what that means.
Just busting in.
Yeah.
They're all Yeah. Oh no, go on.
They're all in the Briggs office, and they're like trying to figure out how to get past the werewolf people, and then they like break through the door.
Oh, the werewolves bust in. Okay.
Yeah, with like the werewolf hands trying to grab at them.
Yeah. A pack
It's
of
a pretty good
radioactive werewolves.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
A gaggle of werewolves.
Yeah. But yeah, that's episode 5. Do you guys have any other thoughts on episode 5? Any other like scenes that stick out for you?
Oh, when Benton turns into a werewolf is the funniest thing as well.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's a pretty great transformation.
That is pretty awesome.
Because it happens so quickly. He's just like, huh? And then he's just like a wolf man.
Yeah, what is this the one? This isn't the one where he wipes this. This is the other guy wipes the slime on his face, right? Like just
yes.
That's later. No, this just happens really quickly. It's pretty good. Benton Werewolf is the scary. He's the alpha radioactive werewolf.
Inferno, Part 6. Written by Don Houghton. Directed and produced by Barry Letts. Script edited by Terrence Dix. Air date 13th of June, 1970. The Doctor uses a fire extinguisher to push the creatures back, then tells the others that he will need to connect the TARDIS to the nuclear reactor in order to harness the power necessary to get him back to his universe. But first, they need to fix the system's master switch. The group enact a plan to use the massive amounts of coolant that is located in an adjacent room to hold the creatures back while the Doctor successfully repairs the master switch. With that task completed, Sutton and the Doctor gather the tools and cables necessary to jumpstart the TARDIS from the nuclear reactor as Dr. Williams and the others prepare the system. As the earthquakes get worse and the temperature on the base rises, the wolf creatures start to emerge from the complex. Dr. Williams finishes her work on the system, but when she pulls the lever, nothing happens. She'll have to rewire the system completely, but they may not have enough time. The brigade leader is furious and begins to fight with Sutton. While everyone else is distracted, Dr. Williams gets the system online and restores power to the TARDIS. The brigade leader pulls his gun and orders the Doctor to take them with him. The Doctor says it would cause a cosmic disaster, so the brigade leader raises his gun to kill the Doctor, but he is shot in the back and falls to the floor.
A huge explosion shakes the complex. Lava begins to flow from where the drill shaft was located and quickly begins to encroach through the door of the hut as the others urge the doctor to leave them to their fate. Okay, so they're trying to figure out, like, okay, how are we going to get out of this? Like,
Yes.
This thing is overheating. We don't know how to get rid of these werewolves. We don't know what's happening. It's like this whole place is going to come down. And the doctor's just like, well, is the AC still on? And then he pulls out his hanky and puts it in front of the central air unit. And he's like, and it's getting blown back. And he's like, yeah, see, it's still working. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, the fans are on. You don't know that if it's cold from that.
Everything seems to be checking out here.
Yeah. And there's also that weird reference where somebody makes a reference to a space rocket with Batman at the controls.
What?
Sure.
Yeah.
I don't remember this.
You don't remember that?
No, I don't.
Yeah. Somebody makes a reference. I forget who it is, but it might be it might have been the I don't remember, but like at some point they're talking about like a space rocket. And that, like, yeah, it's like a space rocket. They might as well have Batman at the controls or something like that. I was like, wait,
That's
what?
hilarious.
What? Yeah, I was like, Batman and a space rocket? What's going on here?
Maybe in
Look
this
at you and your
universe,
space
Batman's
rocket.
like a astronaut or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Look at you blasting off into space like some kind of Batman.
Also, Brigadier Leader, and you'll appreciate this, Cass, because you've been exposed to this show a lot lately. But Brigadier Leader, especially in this episode where he starts revealing himself as a coward, and is like constantly being like, or we could run away. Let's just run away.
Right.
and evil Liz is like, we can't run away, you coward. Because she's a boss. But he reminded me a lot of Rimmer from Red Dwarf.
Oh
Yes.
my god. Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I can't believe Red Dwarf is just now coming up. on the
Yeah.
show.
Right? The
Yeah, he
moment-
reminds me so much of Rimmer in this.
He really does. That's really funny. I love when he's threatening the doctor to like take them, and then Liz just like shoots him in the leg, and she's just like, okay, get on with it. We're all gonna die. Just leave.
Yeah. And I do love the shot of them all watching the lava come toward them.
Yes.
It's great, but I just feel like I just wanted like Liz to like turn to Brigadier Leader and just be like, well, you've met me in an interesting time in my life.
It's not normally like this.
I think the stock footage of lava in this episode is made better because each episode, like we hadn't talked about it before, but each episode opens with stock footage of lava.
Yes.
Yeah. I just remembered that.
So I love that they just like tied it all together. Like that scene made me laugh so hard when I was watching it this time. Like I had to pause it and be like, you need to watch this with me because it's ridiculous.
What is that? What is that song that ends Fight Club? Because I wanna make
Where is my mind?
Oh yeah, where is my mind? Where is my mind?
Oh my god.
It's just fan video of Inferno.
Goodbye, everyone. I'll remember you all in therapy.
Oh my god.
Oh man, yeah, no, it's good, and it's good because it's not even like a cliffhanger. Like it's literally just like the doctor escapes, and it's like, yeah, they're gonna die. Like they're
Right?
just dead.
Just like, you know what? Sometimes you can F up so badly that you can't go back and you're just gonna die.
This is what happens when you don't listen to the doctor.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Well, I hope you've all
you get
learned a lesson.
drowned in lava.
Never doubt me again.
The floor is literally
Bye.
lava.
Yeah.
Like, is he gonna teach them a lesson? They're all gonna die. The whole planet's gonna die.
No, it just teaches him a lesson to never bet to like not back down. Like, yep, I am always right.
So this is what it looks like when people don't listen to me. Screwed when like the doctor captain pulls a resolution out of his butt. Is like, no, you're gonna die.
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do for you.
Yeah, you're gonna die, but it doesn't matter because you're not the real universe. Bye.
Inferno, Part 7. Written by Don Houghton. Directed and produced by Barry Letts. Script edited by Terrence Dix. Air date 20th of June, 1970. The Doctor arrives back in his universe where he is discovered by Liz unconscious on the floor of his hut. He's in some sort of coma and Liz will not allow the Brigadier to force him awake. In a delirious state, the Doctor tells them that an output pipe is blown and to reverse all systems. Meanwhile, the Professor orders that the drilling be sped up despite strong objections from Petra and Sutton. After some arguing, the Professor storms off and Liz suggests that they reverse the systems while the Professor is away. They do, and it works. The Doctor wakes up determined to stop the events of the alternate universe from coming true. He bursts into the control center and demands the drilling be stopped. The Professor orders the Brigadier to arrest him, so the Doctor destroys a computer before being taken away. The Professor is acting strangely, causing Petra, Sutton, and the others to be concerned about his mental health. He orders them to leave the area so he can finish the procedure on his own. Meanwhile, the Doctor uses karate to elude the guards and run away. Alone in the drill station, the Professor comes into contact with the strange goo and transforms into a wolf creature. The Doctor re-enters and Wolf Professor attacks, but Sutton neutralizes him with a fire extinguisher. The Doctor and Sutton work together to stop the drilling. With 35 seconds to spare, they succeed. Later, the Doctor is informed that Project Inferno will be abandoned, but the Doctor is given access to the nuclear reactor to fix his TARDIS once and for all. But when he tries to use it, he ends up in a rubbish heap and asks the Brigadier to help retrieve it.
Let's just close the book on that horrible place.
Yeah. We just come back and it's like he never left. Like,
I know, it's really great. They don't even they barely register that he's gone.
Yeah.
It's like when someone leaves the office early and they're like, did Dan leave?
Right. Yeah. Like Brigadier is a little worried, which is, adorable. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Because even Liz is just like, he's fine. Don't worry about him, Brigadier. And and kind of like gives Brigadier a look when he's not looking. Leela looks over at him and just kind of smiles to herself, like #shipping it.
You big old softy.
Yeah, I like that. And then you have Petra and the oil rig guy have like a real like Han and Leia on the Hoth base moment of just like he's gonna leave and she's like, well, I mean, do you have to leave? And he's like, why? I don't have any reason to stay. And she's like, don't you? Like it's like very and I'm watching this like where's this coming from? I do like it though. Because then he's like, all right, I'll stay. And he's just he's so gruff and just a blue collar British guy that he yeah, it's funny. So I was thinking about this.
Sure.
And this is not, well, maybe I'll save this. Let me come back around to this when we're done with the story.
Yeah.
Okay. So remind me to bring that up at the end.
Whatever it is.
Whatever it is. I wrote a star next to it on my notes, so I won't forget. So I don't know what this is in reference to. I'm just going to read the note and see if you guys can describe this back to me. Making faces where scientists are.
What?
Making faces where scientists are.
Yeah, and then WTF is what it says.
Maybe the scientists are somewhere and an actor makes like a weird face.
Maybe?
Like, what do you do
I
here?
don't remember this.
I don't know. All I know is that dude gets infected on the hand, and then he finds like green goo and just like he's just like suddenly possessed and just starts wiping it all over his face and inside his mouth.
It's nasty.
It's super gross. And then instantly becomes a radioactive werewolf.
Almost immediately.
Yeah. I do like the bit where somebody's like, we don't need to evacuate. There's no proof of an emergency. And then as soon as he says that, like a werewolf busts out of nowhere and is like, ah. Well, here's your proof.
All right, then. Yeah.
Yeah.
What more do you need?
It's really good. But yeah, I mean, the idea is basically that the doctor has, basically experienced what's going to happen if Project Inferno goes through, which is like this crazy lava thing. And so he's just doing everything he can to stop them from going through with the burrow, the molding, whatever, the drilling. And it's like, all right, like stop it. And, he finally, he gets them to stop after the bad guy infects himself by eating the green goo. And they stop and everything's fine. And then he's like, all right, well, it's been nice knowing you all. I am outie.
Yeah, again.
Yeah. And then he tells off the brigadier before he goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have
calls
like
him
a
a big
little,
old
like,
idiot.
Yeah.
Argument. And then he's
Right.
like, okay, bye. I can't deal with confrontation.
This
Yeah,
world
'cause
is
he's like-
stupid and you're stupid. Goodbye. And then just sit
Yeah, that's basically what happens. And then he disappears and then comes back covered in garbage.
yeah.
Because it only took him as far as the rubbish dump.
Mhm. And Brigadier's like, what were you saying? And he's like, shut up. And then,
He's just like, we're good friends, aren't we?
and then Liz is just like, you boys kiss. And then it ends.
Yeah, and that's the last we ever see of Liz.
Do they? Okay, so we don't have to talk about this now. If you tell me that it's a better conversation for next time, I'll believe you. Is there any resolution as to what happens to Liz after this?
Yeah, they say that between seasons she got a new job or something like that.
Yeah, she like transferred somewhere.
Yeah.
She's like when Miranda went on a trip to Mexico, quote, and Lizzie McGuire.
Wow, I thought that was a Sex in the City reference, and then you pull out Lizzie McGuire, and I was like, nothing. I got nothing.
Yeah.
There's one listener listening to this who is just like, just nodding.
I think there's more than one listener that watched Lizzie McGuire.
Understood.
Oh, okay.
I got
That's
you.
good. I didn't get you.
That's all right. It'd be weirder if you did.
That's fair. I guess that's fair. So I was just thinking, okay, so next season, correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Next season of the Pertwee era is the Master season, right, Cass?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So here's my pitch. And this, obviously, you have to go back in time to 1970. Okay.
Sure.
We need to go back in time to 1970. Okay. So let's go back. Doodle-doo, doodle-doo, doodle-doo. Okay. We're in 1970.
It's like the TARDIS.
Yeah. We're in 1970. There's no such thing as the Master. Okay.
Okay.
So all of the established continuity that we get later on doesn't exist. Never happened.
Cool.
Okay. All right. So what if they had introduced the Master in this story as the Doctor from the alternate universe?
Oh, damn. I like that. Because I was wondering during the not the episode, but while recording this, I was like, why isn't there, like, is he just the fulcrum that all universes revolve around? Or like,
Right.
That's not how a fulcrum works. But yeah, no, that's an amazing idea.
And then the Master, his whole thing is just like he wants to go back to that universe.
Yeah, because
Like,
you
somehow-
destroyed my. Oh, he was away. He was gone on an adventure.
Or no, I like that he would. I would like more that he was there.
Okay, and he's like, you ruined my universe, you piece of garbage.
Yeah.
Huh.
I don't
Slapped
know.
men for less.
That's
No,
really
that's
cool. I like that.
Yeah, I was just thinking about that. I was like, man, that would have been cool. Like, it's just
rather than like his ex from Gallifrey. Like,
right.
Right.
which is totally fine. Like,
that's cool too. But that has so much pathos.
Yeah. Rather than like just being like, he's evil, so whatever.
Right, because that gives him a more of a tangible motivation to be like, I hate the Doctor.
Right.
And it's over in like a sentence. Like, hey, who's that guy? That's the Master. He's the Doctor from another universe, but it was evil, so the Doctor had to like blow it up, and he was like, what the heck, dude?
Yeah. It's way more concise. But yeah, I was just thinking about that, and I was like, man, missed opportunity. Because like, it's like the very next season is the Master season, and so, oh man, yeah. Plus, just Roger Delgado just interacting with all of those people.
Oh, absolutely.
But they all love him.
Alternate universe.
Just palling around with an eye patch Brig. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Like,
and they're like the best friends that Dr. Brigadier, like, what Brigadier wants to him and the Doctor to be.
Yeah, that's why they like argue. Oh my god.
Right?
That's so good.
So what's
oh, and just imagine that cliffhanger reveal of there's just a guy there, like just a guy, and he's just part of this alternate universe, but he doesn't exist in the other universe. And then the reveal that he's a Time Lord from Gallifrey.
Yeah.
From the alternate universe. And the Doctor's like, what? Like, just imagine that Pertwee face.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, man. Anyway. Because then it makes the Doctor, it lets him still be special. Because he's still the only Gallifreyan who just like pieced out.
Oh my god. And then there's a whole episode. So instead of episode 2, we get an episode of the Doctor and the Master trying to work together to stop it, and no one's listening to them. And then the Doctor's just like, okay, I can't do this anymore. Bye.
That's great.
So good.
It boggles
I like
the mind.
that a lot.
Anyway.
Well,
so
thanks for leaving us with that, Scott.
Right?
Yeah. I'm just gonna be thinking about that forever now. Yeah. Anyway. All right. Well, I guess that's
was
it
a fun
for
one
this week. Yeah, Inferno's great. Inferno's so good. I still wish I knew what that note means. Making faces where scientists are. WTF.
That sounds like a Wilco song. Making faces where scientists are. Can that be the name of the episode?
We don't name these episodes.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what that is. Anyway, all right. Well,
thanks for joining us, guys. We really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Go to join our Facebook group. If I can find that onesie pajama fight on YouTube, I will definitely post it in the Facebook group. So if you want to check that out, facebook.com. And maybe I don't have a shortcut for that. Well, maybe I'll make one later. I don't have it now, and I'm not willing to say what it will be in the future in case it's taken.
Sure,
but yeah, just go to Facebook and search the groups for the Doctor's Companion listener group, and you'll find it there, and you can join up there and join our community and talk about Doctor Who stuff. It's fun. Yeah, it's fun. More active than I would have guessed. I'm glad that we actually do have real listeners.
During the break we really did. We had some people, or even in Chicago, we had a couple of people come up to us and specifically said that they listened to the Doctor's Companion, because we are kind of self-deprecating about that, but it's awesome that you guys are listening to this.
Yeah, and I will say that our Long Way Around numbers are larger than they ever have been in the past. So
yay.
That's good.
That's exciting.
Yeah. They're still not as big as the on season as the new episodes, but they are.
Yeah, we're cool with that, I think.
Right. Exactly. You're the what? I'm trying to quote something, but I'm gonna feel like it's gonna be, it would be a real like, how do you do, fellow kids, kind of kind of moment, because I don't know what is it? Real champagne for my real friends.
Real pain for my sham friends.
Yeah, there you go. You're the real friends, guys.
Aw, thanks.
I mean, you are too. I was talking about anyway, all right. We'll talk to you guys next time with our first episode covering Genesis of the Daleks.
Yes.
Hell yeah, those fat robots are back, y'all.
Yeah. And they're bringing their daddy with them this time.
Oh my god. Papa Davy.
Yeah.
Papa Davy.
Oh my God.
Bye, guys.
Bye.